Okay. I haven't done this with this before. Usually I use another software. But anyhow, what I wanted to do today, hi, I should probably remind you of who I am. I'm Jan Erickson. I write a blog called Stepping Aside. And I wanted to do something today a little bit different. And I'm going to light some candles here real quick on the altar. See if you can see this. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Maybe not. No. Okay. Well, we'll see what we can do about that. Anyway, I'm going to use the altar if the candles will ever light. Well, maybe not. Well, I have one candle. Oh, there's my light. There's my matches. Okay. It's Monday. What can I say? My husband's out mowing a ring around the pasture, which is nice because it makes it easier when we irrigate. We can see what's going on. Anyway, I started this series on the blog. I have a YouTube, not a YouTube, but a Google Plus group called Exploring Tarot. And so that's kind of what the name of the series is. It's Exploring My Tarot Decks because I got a bunch of them. Anyway, what I wanted to do today while my tea is brewing, I wanted to shuffle my deck here and pull a tarot card and just kind of talk about the meaning of it as sort of a focus for the day. And then I was going to pull a rune and do the same thing. It just depends on what people are interested in. Some people like runes, some people like tarot, some people like pendulums. Maybe we'll do a pendulum too. I don't know. Anyway, just as a little guidance for the day, something to focus on. And a note about the tea I made. I need to actually make some more. It's almost gone. But I'm an herbalist, and so I like to do things in an herbal way. This tea is a really nice tea for anyone, really, but particularly for someone in their crone years. It's got a lot of liver stuff in it and urinary herbs in it to keep everything flowing through the body. That's usually what happens when we get sick. Things stop flowing through the body. And things happen. Oh, you can see my bruise. I was carrying a big, heavy pot and I had it on me. I lost my balance. A lot of our lawns everywhere in our yards, they've got these humongous tree roots sticking up in them. Our cottonwood trees have gone crazy over the years that we've lived here. And so now basically my front yard is just one giant mass of tree roots. And so I couldn't see where I was going. And I tripped on one of them that was sticking up thinking I knew where it was. And I almost lost it. I am grabbing it to me. And then it did this. Jeez. Little dit-da-jow will help it. It did look worse. But that happened this weekend. Okay. So anyway, back to this tea. If you want to keep things flowing through the body, you want to think about liver and urinary herbs. And so this one is cool. It's got chickweed. Most of this stuff grows here on my property. Chickweed or in my medicinal herb garden. Nettle does not. I had to actually plant it because we're at 3,000 feet above sea level on the high desert. It's just too dry right where we are. Maybe down by the river or something. Maybe it might grow there. I don't know. I never go down there. So. But there's also dandelions, some red clover, some sweet mint, motherwort, which is incredible. I grow a ton of that. Comfrey, don't ever till it, because if you do, you'll have it for life and it will grow everywhere you don't want it to. Horsetail, that's also good to, it's got silica in it. It's also good to stave off Alzheimer's, they say. So I actually add more to, not just, I actually add more horsetail. Also, I added more nettle and also some more cleavers. Looks like I don't have cleavers in here. That's odd. But anyway, cleavers is another really good urinary herb. It's also got raspberry leaf, which is a good reproductive herb for anyone, but particularly for women. Oat straw, which is really nourishing. Lemon balm. Lemon balm's great. I mean, not only does it add a lemon flavor to things, but it's a nervine, so it kind of helps calm things down if you're feeling a little pain, you know. Um, so this is a really nice tea to make, and I think I have it up on Stepping Aside's Facebook page. If you go like to, I think there's like documents or something. I don't know. I have some recipes there. It also might be on the blog, but if not, I'll make sure it's on the Facebook page. Or I'll add it to the bottom of this, maybe. Maybe that's what I'll do, so folks at least have a copy of that and they can make that themselves. And it's just equal parts, you know. Look, making tea is not a big deal. Sure, if you have a particular focus in mind, then you're going to want to have a heavier amount of one particular herb over another, for example. But this one, I just grabbed some stuff, you know, mixed it up and stuck it in a jar. That's all I did. Anyway, so I think I've shuffled this enough. So I'm going to count 13 and take that card. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So let's take the 13th card. Oh, well, it's the Page of Pentacles. So of course it's going to be a court card. Aren't they fun? I mean, you just never know. Pages are young. They sometimes mean messages. It could be new opportunity, undeveloped potential. And as a Pentacles, you're talking about your physical presence in the world or money. So maybe you've got some new opportunities with money coming your way today, or you might think of ways to do that. You know, to have some new opportunities in your life. It could be a message about new money that's coming your way. Maybe you're going to get a check in the mail or something like that. See, I'm losing my voice already. I haven't had my morning tea. So, but what you have here is a young man. He's a page, so he may not be royalty. You can view him as that because he's part of the royal court. Doesn't necessarily mean he's royalty though. And he's holding a pentacle. Which is a pentagram inside a circle, and it's usually used as, it's thought of as money or wealth. He's standing, looks like, let me look here. Oh yeah, you can see crops over here. There's some crops over here that he's got planted. So clearly, I've got a little glare on there, don't I? So he's basically looking at maybe something he's planted, you know, waiting to come to fruition. So yeah, I mean, usually it means the start of something new that might be coming your way, typically from a physical presence aspect, as opposed to swords, which is mental. It's your intellectual presence. Wands is your will, and then cups would be your emotions. But this is something tangible that could be happening in your life or coming your way. So think about that for the day, either manifesting something or what it is you're giving some attention to what you are manifesting. Or maybe pay attention to what might come either in a phone call or somebody you meet or you know, in the mail or something. So anyhow, that's the card for today. Page of Pentacles. I apologize. I'm not a court card lover at all. Unless it's in a big reading and they're looking at each other and seeming to talk to one another. Then I find court cards interesting. Otherwise, I really don't. So anyway, oh, this is my rune bag. I make my runes unless they're crystal, and then I buy those because I don't know how to do that, you know. But anyway, although I did get some flat stones from the coast one time. It was the time that I hit the mother lode on the holy stones, on my hag stones. I mean, I can never find these things anywhere, you know. And all of a sudden I'm there at the beach and yay, they're everywhere. And I have a whole bunch anyway. They're a divination tool. They're called all kinds of things. Holy stones, hag stones. Oh, here's some others that I got that day. I mean, you look through them and you can divine the future, supposedly. And I use them. I like to use them. Well, pieces are coming off. It's just basically congealed sand, I think. But anyway, I use them to represent, oops. Well, I hope that didn't, I don't know what happened there. I have a Mac. I don't know this thing yet. Anyway, I ended up pushing the screen to the side because I was taking a piece of Holy Stone off the laptop. Anyway, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Anyway, so I make my runes. These are made from hawthorn. I have hawthorn trees on my property. We brought them here from my mother-in-law's former home. And now the Fae folk, they plant them everywhere. It's a fairy and witch tree. I make runes out of them, wands out of them, you know, provided the fairies let me. And so they did this time. And I have a lot of others. I have a set out of willows, a set out of poplar. Black locust is really a nice one. I don't know where, oh, that one's here. This one's a really nice one. I'll show you that. See, they're bigger. They're just a little bit bigger than the hawthorn. I have one out of apple, which is really nice. It was one of my first. The willow was my first, though. But as soon as I could, I was able to negotiate a branch for my hawthorn ones, and they're actually my favorite. So anyway, let's see what we come up with. I let them go through my fingers, and when one finally ends up there alone, that's the one. Oh, well, just like the one I pulled out of the black locust, it's Vunio. So Vunio's joy. So I think that sometimes we let the world guide us instead of us guiding our world. We think that we're participating in a world when in fact we are creating a world, and every second of our lives we're creating a world, the world that we see. But Vunio, this is my grimoire for my runes. I decided to make it small and have a separate one. They're also in my big grimoire, but you know. But Vunio is an interesting one. This is from the Elder Futhark, and I don't use the other ones. I don't know them, and so I just use the Elder Futhark. But this is about, Vunio is about what gives you happiness and joy, and it's about friendships, relationships. It's an earth element rune. It's also known as the wish rune. It's about harmony and joy and contentment and fellowship with others. It's kind of the happily ever after rune. You can use it to attract a partner. You can use it to create joy in your life. You can chant it, Vunio, to bring yourself to calm, and to Birkenau is another one you can bring calm. Laguz is another one you can chant to bring calm. Laguz is another one you can use to call back your energies. So if you're an empath, I recommend using it when you're just sitting quietly trying to pull back your energies and to dissipate all of the connections that you've created. You're going to want to chant something like that as a visualization, as a focus, to try to some people call it cutting cords. I find that a little too, you know, violent. I don't know. It's not, but it's just how I see it. So I kind of like to envision them dissolving. And so I might chant Laguz either out loud or quietly, usually, or to myself because it's kind of, Laguz is shaped like this. And so it's kind of like a thing you can pull stuff back with. So you could think of it as a net, a magical net to bring back all of your own energy and leave everyone else's out there because you don't need it. You really don't. And so what you would do though today is just center yourself in joy. Do a meditation or practice mindfulness throughout the day where you center yourself in joy. And then as you center yourself in joy, then you have more of a chance to extend that joy to other people. So Vunio is your rune for the day. Page of Pentacles is, I mean, you know, it could be an angry king, you know, so you know how they are. So at least it's a page, so you've got some hope, right? Yeah. So, okay. I'm not sure how long we've been going for. I didn't wanna make these very long because I have to get back out to the garden and water some things. Um, I don't think my tea is quite done. I like to let it steep for about 20, 30 minutes, but that's my tea over here. And, so anyway, I just wanna wish everybody a lovely Monday and, have some, just do some joyful things today, or at least practice mindful joyfulness. Okay? All right. You have a wonderful day and blessed be.